everybody? It's Craig from Doc Sports. We're back with Sunday NBA rundown of games. Usually I have I see with me Arun was unavailable tonight, so I didn't want you guys to miss out. So he'll be back tomorrow. So I think we have like 8-9 games a day. So we're going to run down through these. Probably be about 10 minutes this video. Before I get to it, though, don't forget, if you want in on my best plays, best play today is in the NFL. I have 3 plays total in the NFL, but you can get it if you go over to docsports.com/trap. Right here, you can get it for just $30. The single top play goes in that 4 o'clock time slot. So the second time slot on the NFL today. Do have another play early and a total of 2 other bonus plays if you get that week pass. So not only will you get today's plays, you'll get all next week through Monday Night Football. So make sure you get in on that. You can get that. We'll also include Indian Cowboy if you do it. 2-for-1 football pass, a week pass. Just go right here, Craig Arun. That'll get you, like I said, Sunday plays for me. And then all next week for both me and Indian Cowboy. So you can't beat, you basically get like an extra day. It's a little loophole in the system. Take advantage of it. If you don't want to pay the $9.99, you just want the single play, though, go right here. So get in. Also, don't forget about the Premium Plus. Go over, click the link in the description. You can get in on those bonus plays here as well. All right, let's get right to the NBA. Nets and the Spurs kicking us off here. Spurs minus 11.5, total 227.5, and Spurs deserving favorite. The Nets are just not a good team this year. But this young team for the Spurs, I think, are going to be up and down at times this year. Against the good teams, I think you're going to see a lot of big efforts. Against teams like this, I kind of think this team could have a lot of letdown spots where, yeah, they win, but they're not the greatest cover team because you're not a good team when you're not a experienced team. Some days you don't realize you got to put in the best effort no matter what because these guys are all pros. So I think you take the Nets here. Small play on the plus 11.5. That's a 2 o'clock game. Next game, 3:30. The Celtics at the Pistons. Celtics winless on the year. Pistons 1-1. Pistons favored by 3.5. Total 228. And this is the first game. This is the home opener for this Pistons team. And I was a little disappointed in their opening night effort. That loss at the Bulls. They bounced back last time out. I think if they play like that, they'll beat this Boston team. But the Boston are like, they're kind of a feisty team that they still have a lot of that championship pedigree there. And I think when you look at this, you got to be careful. So I'm going to go to a side in this one. I think if you play a side here, you take the under 228. I think Boston, they're not that team that could explode on offense like they did last year where they basically shot 1,000,000 threes, drive and kick, that kind of stuff. I think this is going to be a much better defensive team because they're going to take better shots. I think you take the under 228 in this one. Next game, 6 o'clock game here on Sunday. Hornets at the Wizards. I thought the Hornets should be favored here, to be honest. I was a little shocked they weren't. But the Wizards are a 1.5 point favorite, total of 235. And Wizards got a nice win last time out, beating up on a Dallas team where they're chanting "Fire Nico." I thought I liked them on that game when we covered. Me and Indian Cowboy covered that game. But I think that game was a little bit of an aberration, and the Hornets did play last night, so I guess maybe that's why this line is what it is. But I think the Hornets, they're a young team. I don't worry about this point of the season playing back-to-back. I like the Hornets. They are 2-0 against the spread so far, so I like the Hornets here plus the 1.5. I'm not going to be laying the Wizards as favored very many times this year. Next game we're looking at here, it's another 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time start. Knicks at the Heat. And the Heat, of course, up and down a little bit. And, of course, they're in the middle of this controversy with Terry Rozier and the gambling issues. But they look great on Friday at the Grizzlies. They absolutely blew them out. I think they scored 150 or something like that. Are they that team on offense? I don't think so. But I do think this is a tough spot for a Knicks team. This is their first road game. And I think this is like an over – the total, I don't think should be 229. I think this total should probably be more like 221. But because the Heat scored so many points last time out, I think people think, oh, this is going to be a really, really good offensive team. I don't think so. I think this team has to win with their defense. And I think that's a much lower scoring game here. So I'm going to take the under 229, Knicks and the Heat. Next game, we're looking at the Bucks and the Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers are 1-1. The Bucks are a surprising 2-0. I thought both of those opening games they could have lost, but Giannis had great games, of course, and they had 2 nice road wins, I believe, right? Now we see Cleveland favored by 6.5, total 236. And Cleveland lost the opener at the New York Knicks. They bounced back. Cleveland's the better team here, but until Garland gets back, and remember they lost Ty Jerome. He was basically up for the Sixth Man of the Year last year. I thought they had one of the best second units in basketball. They're not the greatest defensive team on the guard spot right now. And yes, I love them on their backcourt. I think their backcourt's really good, but I think this is a tough matchup for them. I'm going to take the Bucks plus the 6.5. I do think the Miles Turner's pickup, I didn't love it. I thought Lopez was better than Miles Turner, but at least they picked up a guy that could stretch the floor a little bit for Giannis. And I think that pays off especially early in the year. Give me the Bucks plus 6.5 in this one. Now, the next game, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we got the Pacers at the Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves got blown out, just didn't show up. That defensive unit didn't show up against Luka and the Lakers last time out. We'll obviously see a better effort in this one. And their big favorite here, double-digit favorite. I think that's just too many points. I think this Indiana team's going to be a feisty bunch. I know Halliburton's out. They're really, really banged up. I totally get that. But they got a lot of dogs on this team that took Oklahoma City to 7 games last year. And I think that kind of thing is like, hey, this is disrespectful. I think the Pacers play a little closer to what this line suggests. Give me the Pacers plus all the points, 11.5 in this one. Now, we got 3 games left. We got the Raptors at the Mavs. We talked about the Raptors. They lost to the Bucks last time out. They did win the opening game at Atlanta, I believe that was. Then Dallas is 0-2, which, the final Nico, like, I get it. Like, that's just like, those fans they're never going to forget that you traded away Luka. But I have a future already on this Dallas team to win the Western Conference. I think this team's going to be fine. They got to figure out they got to try to get through Kyrie being out. And that's a big, they got up D'Angelo Russell. That's obviously a big step down from Kyrie. But I think in this spot, I do like Dallas. I think they get their first win here. This is a good Toronto team, so they will have to play good. But I think the backcourt Dallas is the best in the NBA, and I think it flexes its muscles tonight, giving Dallas minus the 1.5. 2 games left, Lakers and the Kings. Lakers favored by 1.5, total 230.5. A lot of this is because the Kings are really banged up. Obviously, no LeBron again tonight. Luka has been great. Best starting as any Laker ever the first 2 games as far as number of points. I just don't – the usage they're doing on Luka, I know he's skinny Luka now, but this is risking injury in my opinion. You cannot play him this many minutes. And when he's out there, you cannot just basically say go on 1-on-5 on every team. I think the Lakers will have to spread it out a little more. I think that means it's going to be a higher scoring game. I like the over in this matchup, over 230.5. I think you're going to get a lot of Lakers with a lot of open shots, and I think this game goes over the listed total of 230.5. Now, last game, Blazers and the Clippers. And the Clippers were terrible in game 1, great in game 2. Now, was it just a road versus home? I don't think so. I just thought the opening game, they just thought, this Utah team just going to give it to us. And that just doesn't happen in the NBA. And the Blazers looked really good in game 2. They're 2-0 against the spread, by the way. Obviously, this is the team with Chauncey Billups, the former suspended coach, is one of those other guys embattled in this whole, scheme of this gambling scam or whatever it was. I think this young team continues to pull it together. I like this Blazers team, and I think it's a Clippers team that we're going to see some big swings. Like when you bet the Clippers, you have to know that it's going to be games when they're unbelievable and they win in, route fashion. There's going to be games just like the opening game against Utah where they just scratch your head. They're not good. So to me, I think you take all the points. I think the Clippers might win, but I just don't think they cover. Give me the Blazers plus the 7.5. Now, don't forget, if you want to get on my top play today, top play is in the NFL. You can get it over here at DocSports.com/Trapp. Just $30 for the NFL play tonight. I do have 2 other plays, so you can get all 3 of them. Plus, you get all the way through next Monday Night Football for both Indy and Cowboy and myself. All you got to do to get on it, it's $99. Just go to DocSports.com/CraigArun and get in on it. Like I said, you'll get today's plays plus all football next week from both of us. That's college football and the NFL. You cannot beat that 2-for-1 deal. Just $99. Get in on it. All right, guys, have a great day. We will see you again tomorrow.